Page 30, Syncopated Etude. Remember an etude? I don't remember or not. We talked about etudes? Oh well. An etude is a study piece. It is a study in some aspect of music. It could be anything. Here it's a study on syncopation. This lesson is on syncopation. Syncopation, you can Google and read all about it. To me, syncopation simply means I'm throwing the rhythm off a little. I'm playing a note when I don't expect it, or I don't play a note when I did expect it. It just throws it off. That's what it is. Look at the first measure in the right hand here. You have eighth note first, 1 and 2 and 3. See that quarter note, the F comes on beat 3. So these other, you would expect 1, 2, 3, 4, or something 1, something like that. But the D, it comes quicker. Oh, it's a. Then it puts you back on the rhythm with the F. So it just throws the rhythm off a little. That's syncopation. It's been around since the beginning of music. It's just they've always had syncopation. Now let's look this over. See, it's 4 lines long, treble and bass clef, no sharps or flats in the key signature. We're in the key of C major now. You look at the end of C, it's C major. So go do the scale videos on C major and A minor, 1 octave up and down. A minor is the relative minor to C major. So do that video also. And common time or 4/4 time. Now both hands are playing the same notes. We're just playing, the note names are the same. We're just playing an octave apart. So I'm going to take both hands at the same time because it'll shorten the video. But you can do this one hand at a time at first. But here at the beginning, we're just the counting. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. It's the same pattern. Rhythm-wise, that rhythm is all over the place. It's the same rhythm. It's just the notes are different. Because second line, you got to come up here. Well, you have a rest at the end of the first line. Both hands come up. Same. Now here we're in the key of F major. Doesn't say so, but C major would be using B naturals. And they put in B flat, so it kind of makes it F major. You don't need to be doing the scales on it. Right? Just, you'll notice that you can change keys within a song. And sometimes they'll do it by changing the key signature. They could have added a flat to the key signature there. And other times, like here, they just use accidentals. Same difference. 1 and 2. Good. Then on the third line down, now we come up here to G. Now we're in G major. Could be in C major because we're using the white keys, but I think you'll find we're actually in G major. We just don't have any F sharps in here, so it doesn't show so much. But what we've done is we've taken the primary chords of C major, because at the beginning it's C, the second line is the 4 chord, the third line is the 5 chord. That's all we're doing. We're just going through the harmonic chord progression for the, happens a lot in blues and boogie woogie and so forth. You'll see this kind of progression quite a bit. Anyway, the last line, you're back to the C again. Now once you have the notes and rhythms all worked out, then get rid of any hesitations anywhere. Take it as slow as you need to, not important now. And we think about the articulation, which here they're saying connect it all. Rest at the end of every line, and each line is a phrase, so you have to lift up for the rest. Okay. And then the dynamics, MP, mezzo piano, it's going to be both hands together. Whatever you think sort of soft is. Second line, you come up to MF, mezzo forte is sort of loud. And the third line, you come up to loud now. Last line you go back down is sort of loud. You'll have to decide what those levels are. It's not a set value. It's just what is right for the situation you're in and how you feel. Then the speed, well, they say moderato. See, slow would be, that's slow. And fast would be, fast, so it's somewhere in the middle. Then once you're comfortable with the notes and rhythms and all that, try interpreting a little bit. What can we do with interpretation? See, they tell you a little bit about it with the dynamics and the slurring, or the phrases. That's interpretation. The speed is interpretation. We can go a little further than that. Remember the natural accents. Do one on 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I exaggerated so you can hear them better. You just want to feel them. And since it's syncopated, it is very common to accent syncopated notes. The note you play when you don't expect it, you play a little louder. That second, accent it. Rather than the first beat, which is the natural accent the second one. Very common. That's part of interpreting music. Please don't copy me. That's just one way of doing it. You don't have to take it that speed. You can play around with the dynamics. If you get a little louder and softer as you do it, I could do it. I come down at the end. I can experiment with these dynamics. Add some feeling into it. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do louds and softs. I'm not really going to do the accents either. I'm just playing notes and rhythms. That's all this is for. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, and ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest and. 2 and 3 and rest and. 2 and 3 and rest and. And 2 and 3 and rest and.